What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are coming off of a 2-2 day on yesterday's free picks. Overall, VIP 8 last night. We cashed every single slip on Prizepicks, 6 slips. We cashed every single slip on Parlay play except for one. The play we locked in live ended up chalking due to 2 of the free picks missing. We got hooked on one of those, and then Zach Gollan got lit up on the other one. Overall, insanely good night. If you guys do want to get every single slip we post, click the link down in the description. Go over to our WAP for less than $1 a day or for $10 a week. You can get our VIP plays. You get every single slip we post. So just want to throw that out there. If you guys do want to join, we'd love to have you a part of the community. I do want to say, if this video gets 350 likes, I will pick a random comment down below to win a free month of VIP. Yesterday's video did a little weird, I think, because I accidentally had like a 10-second dark clip at the beginning, and YouTube didn't show the video very much. So I don't know if that's what happened or not, but I'm going to say I'm cutting you guys some slack on the likes yesterday because the likes weren't even close to what we were supposed to get for the video to give a free month of VIP. But I'm still going to give that free month away. So winner from yesterday's video is going to be for Nicholas Young, who said time to cash out. So Nicholas, send me a message on Discord, man. I'll get you added for a free month of VIP. Make sure you guys just leave a like and a comment on this video for a chance at free VIP. Like I said, I'd love to give you guys a free month. Love to have more people in the community. And we have been absolutely crushing it in VIP lately. MLB has been feeding families. Hopefully it keeps it up. And hopefully we can have a good night tonight. So tonight's game, what do we have? We have, well, I'm going to click games first of all. We have the last game of the Nuggets versus the Thunder, Game 7. This game, guys, is very, very hard to find props for. So I picked 2 props. I picked 2 props from baseball, and then I've got you guys with a sports book bet that I like. So bear with me on these props, and the only reason I say that is because of the injury news. We have Aaron Gordon game time decision, Jamal Murray game time decision, and Russell Westbrook game time decision. So a lot of players potentially out for the Nuggets. If they sit, this game could get ugly. The only thing that I like on the sports book right now, I'm not going to touch money lines because I don't know really what Denver's going to bring to the table in terms of players. Same for the spread, so I'm fading those. I do like the total. So if you buy the total to 211.5 minus 130 odds, I love this line. So they've cashed it 79% of games facing each other. If you look at games at home in Denver, 71% have cashed. Away, 86% of games have cashed. So every single game except for one in OKC have cashed. They seem to be at a little bit faster of a pace in Oklahoma City. If you look at the games from this series, 5-1 have cashed over the total. 226 the last game, 217 before that, 217, 255 in game 1, or that's not game 1, game 2, and then 240 in game 1. So they've been absolutely soaring past this 211.5. I like this line. I think the game stays pretty fast paced even if some of these players sit. So I got to lock it in. Nuggets, OKC, game total, over 211.5 is my first pick. Public betting, 81% of the bets and 82% of the money are on the over on this. So a lot of people are on the over, probably for good reason. But regardless, I like that line a lot. Jumping into our player props. Like I said, sheesh, guys, I'm sorry. It's late. It's 11 p.m. I'm trying to get these videos out a little bit early so we can get more traction, I guess. Just so it has more time to marinate because the game does start early tomorrow, 3 p.m. game. So anyways, got 1 pick from Denver, 1 pick from OKC. Let's talk about them. So what I'm risking on the Denver side of things is going to be our man Jamal Murray. Now I'm taking his points line at 19.5. We're about to lock in a $250 slip once again. I like Jamal Murray at 19.5 points. He's been a wagon on this for the most part. It's a 1.5x on parlay play. I do have track picks here. You guys can see. I got 2 plays from yesterday. This is the one we have for the free picks. All 4 free picks missed. Then we got this one, 250 for 460. So I'm still waiting for it to pay out. But regardless, guys, parlay play, you guys can see we're logged in. We're going to lock in slips live. So try to do this live every single video now just to make it a little bit more entertaining for the video so you guys can see that I'm actually playing these slips myself. So Jamal Murray is pick number 1 at 19.5 points. I'm buying it down shortly. If you want to take him at 20.5, I think he cashes that too. I think he has a good game. I think they're going to come out here ready to play. And I think Jamal Murray is going to play. So we'll see. But 19.5 points. He's cashed this in 6 of his last 10. He's cashed it in 4 of 6 games in this series so far. And if you look at it in his last 20, he's cashed it 60% as well. So we can go to when the playoffs started which is right here. And he's cashed about every single game in the playoffs. Dude's been playing really, really well. He's putting up a lot of shot volume, almost 20 shot attempts per game in the playoffs. He's been killing it. Head-to-head versus OKC, he has struggled. But if you look at him since March, he's been dominating pretty much. Lots of games where he's come close to 30 points. One game over 34 points. OKC obviously has one of the best defenses in the league, third in the league in terms of points allowed overall. To point guard and shooting guard, it doesn't change much. So overall, it's going to be a tough matchup for Murray, but I think he gives us 20 points tonight. So I got to lock him in. Jamal Murray over 19.5 as pick number 1 for our player props. I will pull this up over on Predictive Profits, which it doesn't look like they have this line up yet, which is coming directly from Prizepicks. Sheesh, guys, I'm so sorry for these yawns. But anyways, 19.5, like that line a lot. I'm going to lock him in and take a chance with him. So jumping into our second pick of the day, this is going to be pick number 2 from OKC, or first pick from OKC, rather. Going to be locking in our man Chet Holmgren. So I'm taking Holmgren. I'm locking in rebounds tonight. This one's going to be a little bit risky in my opinion. Probably no more risky than Murray, but I mean, obviously, I like to play. I think he's going to cash, or I wouldn't tell you guys to play it. But I like his rebounds at 8.5, if it's even on here anymore. So rebounds at 8.5. He's cashed 6 of his last 10. What I like is how he's been rebounding lately versus the Nuggets. So he's cashed it 4 of 6 games this season, 11, 16, 13, and 11, and 4 of his last 5 games. Head-to-head versus the Nuggets, he's cashed it 8 of 14. If you look at games from this season, they start right here. And majority of these games he has cashed. Now, he did have some games where he only had 4 and 6. But still look at minutes as well. He's playing over 30 minutes a game right now on average in this series. A lot of these games he was getting kind of mid-20s, so, or I guess a lot of it is high 20s, but 2 of these games he had 25, 26 minutes. One of them is from the playoffs, so depending on how he plays and depending on how close this game stays, obviously it's going to depend on Holmgren's minutes. So I do think regardless, he gets us 9 boards tonight. Looking at Denver's rebounds and defense, to the center position, it's 18th in the league, and to power forward is 14th. So around middle of the pack in both categories, I mean in the rebounds category to both positions, but overall, 8.5, I think is a decently safe line. And I think our man Holmgren's going to cash it for us. So looking at his original line, you got a 1.84x payout. Take him over 9.5. If you get him at 8.5, it's a 1.5x. So you can play these 2 plays over on Parlay Play. Code Fantasy Aces for a free month of VIP. 2.15x, $161 payout for 75. I will be putting $250 on it. So a $537 payout if we lock this slip in, which we'll see what we're going to do here in a minute. I'm going to mix and match a little bit on these plays and lock it in live. So let's hold out on that one. For our next 2 plays, we're jumping over to baseball. Now, I really, really, really like these 2 baseball plays. So the payout's not going to be super good on them, but in terms of safety and in terms of just taking a nice little bankroll builder, as a bankroll builder, I love these 2 plays. So let's talk about number 1. The first one's going to be for our man Andrew Abbott. We're taking Andrew Abbott over 14.5 pitching outs. Original line's 15.5, over 14.5. He's cashed 7 of 10. On this season, he's cashed it 4 of 6. Now, he did go under versus Colorado, which is crazy, and he went under versus the Cardinals. His last 2 games, he went over. He went 5 innings versus Atlanta, and he went 6 full innings versus the White Sox. Now, I think Andrew Abbott's going to be able to come out here versus Cleveland, and I think he's going to be able to get his 5 innings. So looking at his pitch count, he's averaging 87 pitches per game. His last 2 games, he got over 90. His pitch count's getting up there a little bit higher. I think 5 is a little low, and I think our man Abbott can get 5 innings. He has to have a really rough game to not get 5 innings. He's 2-0 on the season, 2.10 ERA, and he has 11.4 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is well over a strikeout per inning. If you look at Cleveland's batting versus a left-handed pitcher, they're bottom 10 in pretty much every single category. 223 batting average, 297 on-base percentage. We talked about this OPS in the last video, 638 OPS. So, that's on-base plus slugging percentage, so that's good for him. Obviously, his WHIP's 107, which is the 79th percentile, and his ERA is 210, which is the 92nd percentile. So he's been, overall on the season, not that bad. He just hasn't been going very deep in the game. So, like Andrew Abbott a lot, I think he's going to have this get us 5 innings tonight, and that's going to be our first baseball pick of the day. So let's swap this over to baseball, pull up Andrew Abbott, and let's see what they got for us. So 14.5 is a 1.5x. Over on Parlay Play. If you want to lock it in, you can lock in these 3 for a 3.3x, but we're going to throw in one more play that I think is pretty safe. So it's going to be our man Peterson. So we're taking David Peterson, same play, 14.5 pitching outs. Now, this is the only reason this is risky is because they're going against the #1 offense in the league right now. They're playing against the Yankees in New York. Overall, Peterson's cashed his 7 of 8 games on the season with an 88% hit rate. He's went 6 innings against most teams, the A's, Miami, Arizona, and Pittsburgh. Now, if you look at him versus head-to-head versus the Yankees, he had 13 pitching outs his only game versus the Yankees from last season. Looking at our man Peterson on the season, he's 2-2, a 3.04 ERA with 8.7 Ks per 9 innings. Looking at his pitch count, he gets around 93 pitches per game. He has had over 100 pitches in his last 2 games. So he's got a long leash. We should be good. Should be good for 5 innings. Obviously, like I said, Yankees the best pitching team or best batting team in the league right now with 277 batting average and 366 on base percentage. They have an 882 OPS. They're going to be, I mean, obviously we know how the Yankees are, best offense. But I do think regardless, Peterson could get his 5 innings. And I'll be locking him in. I've actually already got him locked in. But we're going to lock in David Peterson. Pitching outs, 14.5 to 1.2x. Altogether, this is a 4x. Now, what I'm going to do is I don't like the NBA plays as much as I do the baseball for this game. This game is just really like, I just don't know who's going to play. I don't know how close this game's going to stay. So I'm taking Holmgren out. And I'm actually going to buy Jamal Murray down slightly. So I'm going to take Jamal Murray. Well, let's look at this line. Let's look at his lines. If we take him at 14.5, what does this pay out at? 2.17x, which isn't that good. So I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to keep Jamal Murray at 19.5 points because I don't really want to buy it down. I could buy it to 17.5. It's a 2.5x versus a 2.9x. So this is what determines. This is when you have to determine what is worth it to you. Is it worth buying Jamal Murray down a bucket for half an X payout? So $250 to $635 or $742. So $100 different in payout for 1 bucket. And that bucket could be the difference. So we're gonna look at this live. I'm pretending like I'm trying to research a slip here. And sometimes I will do this. If I see a play and I don't think it's worth locking in at 2 points higher for half an X payout, I'll lock it in at the lower payout just to take it that way, just to be safer, because we're going for a bankroll builder here. So at 17.5 on the season, 66% hit rate, 19.5, it goes all the way down to 55%. So it might be better to take the 17.5. Head to head, let's look at his last 10, last 20. Doesn't really change over his last 10 or last 20. I'm going to play it safe, guys. I'm going to play it safe because I want to give you guys a cashing slip. I'm playing this at 17.5 live. So 2.5x, 250 is going to win us $635. I'm locking it in. Pick is locked in. It's there. You can come over here to track picks. You guys can see I got the 2 picks that I had locked in yesterday. This one obviously waiting for payout. This one obviously missed. You can see 250 for $635. Not faking any slips or anything. My bankroll went down $250. It's obviously legit. You guys can see Peterson, Abbott, and Murray 14.5, 14.5, 17.5 as a little bankroll builder for a 2.5x if you guys want to play it. Now obviously if Murray sits, this payout's going to be a lot less. And if he does sit, I'm perfectly fine with that because I think Peterson and Abbott are going to cash this out. So that's what I got locked in for today, guys. It's early. There's not a lot on the board to choose from either, so you do have to bear with me slightly on this. And hopefully we do sweep. Now, I know these are – I don't even consider this a sweep, I guess, because 2 of these plays are pretty crappy payouts. But anyways, guys, I like these plays a lot. If you don't want to lock them in, just fade them. If you don't like a play, just fade it. You don't have to force plays. Trust your gut on this. We're here to make money, not to try to look cool and just cash a 7-leg slip or anything. So just throwing that out there. Anyways, hope you guys have an awesome day. Hope you cash every slip. Leave a like and comment on this video for a chance at free VIP. And we'd love to have you guys a part of it.